Hello and welcome to Prudent Media News. Now a look at the headlines. Uttar alleges that the activists were brutally burnt in front of Goa police. BJP demands arrest of murderers in 24 hours. Government orders magisterial inquiry. Were police discharging their duties properly during Bali Bandobast? Police played spectator when mob set Adarsh premises on fire, allowed Bali locals to thrash Uttar activists. Ministers disagreeing the cabinet decision of grant to English refused to resign. All say resignation will not solve the issue, but the decision will eliminate Goa's identity. Cabinet rejected the only clause of safeguarding future of local languages. Prudent gets access to cabinet note. See how the current government sabotaged regional languages. A Prudent Media exclusive. Visualize the victory was Alex Alvarez's mantra to his supporting team in the 2nd Division I-League. Flaming Orange look to buy some big players for new season. And now the news in detail. BJP has given an ultimatum till 27th May to arrest Uttar activist murderers. Meanwhile, Uttar has demanded suspension of collector and police officials present for Bali Bandobast. They have refused to take custody of charred bodies of their 2 activists. MLA Ramesh Thawadkar claimed that local gundas threw Uttar activists in fire in front of police. CM said that magisterial probe will begin in the entire Bali episode.
मुख्य सचिवाहा ताजी भेट घेवन भारतीय जनता पक्षान आमी मागणी केला की हो सगळो विषय एका हायकोर्टाच्या जुईजा कडेन रिटायर जाल्लो किंवा सिटींग ताज्या मार्फत हाजी पूर्ण इन्क्वायरी जावंक जाय because this is an action by some politician.
Uttar has refused to take the custody of deceased of Bali riots. Uttar has demanded suspension of the collector and police officials present during the riot. Uttar president suspects a mastermind behind Bali massacre.
Judicial inquiry, suspension of these concerned officers and arrest as a culprit कोण जे आसा गुंडा तांकां अरेस्ट जाले शिवाय आमी बॉडी फॅमिली बॉडी घेवपाक तयार ना. पोलिसांनी फक्त भोग्याची भुमिका घेतली आसा. ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी म्हाका दिसता जे अशें कोण जे हे आसले जे गुंडगिरी करपाक तांकां सपोर्ट केल्लो आसा. I am 100% somebody is behind it. Mastermind, somebody has played mastermind.
की तो धांवतालो आनी पुलिसांनी ताका दान मारलो आनी पुलीस आनी तो पडलो तेंचो आनी ताजे नंतर तो तांच्या हातूंत सापडला. हे जे लोकल जे गुंड आशिल्ले तांच्या हातूंत सापडलो आनी ताजे नंतर ताका अक्षरशः तांणी पुलीस फोर्स आसतना तांचे ते आसतना सुद्दां ताका हाडून उज्यान उडयले ताणें. म्हाका दिसता की एका आमदार सुद्दां सेफ उरना. त्यामुळे गोंयाक दिगंबर कामतीक मुख्यमंत्री पदाचेर रावपाचो नैतीक अधिकार ना.
Chief Minister updated media that government has decided to set up a magisterial inquiry to investigate Uttar activists' death and entire Bali massacre episode.
In the night, yesterday, we have taken a decision to order a magisterial inquiry. When they informed us that one dead body was found at about 10 o'clock, and immediately at night only Chief Secretary moved ordering a magisterial inquiry.
Into what, sir?
In the entire episode.
So it is becoming group versus group. It is not becoming state versus.
I don't know, but it appears there is some they're saying that some local people got together and they tried to beat them afterwards.
Bureau Report, Prudent Media. Questions are raised whether police are trying to hush up the serious case of burning 2 Uttar activists alive. Police have registered a case against unknown persons in spite of being aware about the culprits. 2 persons died in the cashew factory fire. 4 were rescued. They are admitted in a Hospicio hospital, but police are not allowing anyone to meet them. Why?
Uttar's agitation for fulfillment of their demands took an ugly turn when police tried to clear National Highway 17 blockade by the agitators. Situation went out of control as agitators clashed with the locals at Bali. Agitators faced a massive lathi charge and government as well as private vehicles were set ablaze by the angry mob. The locals thrashed the agitators in front of the police. Look at this scene. Locals of Bari are thrashing an UTA member. Only one police official has come to his rescue. Another policeman is trying to catch hold of the agitator from behind. His intentions are not clear, whether he is trying to save the agitator or he is allowing the locals to thrash him. There are many policemen at the site, but none of them are using their sticks to control the situation. In fact, policemen are caught saying enough of beating to him. Did policemen give free hand to the angry locals of Bari to beat UTA activists? Locals also damaged vehicles of UTA activists. When the aggressive locals were putting the Adarsh society on fire, photographers and journalists were barred from capturing this horrifying incident. They were threatened by the locals. Still, some photographers managed to go near the site of crime. Prudent has learned that police were again playing a role of a spectator. Still, a case is registered against unknown persons. Nobody is ready to speak in front of the camera. Fire brigade claims that police informed them to rush towards Adarsh society to rescue UTA activists trapped in it. How did police knew that UTA activists are hiding inside Adarsh society premises? Police are not ready to comment. This has increased suspicion about the role of police. The question that arise are, why police were quiet when the locals were beating UTA agitators? How did police knew that UTA activists were stuck in the burning Adarsh premises? Why police are denying meeting with the survivors of Adarsh cashew factory fire? Why police have confiscated the mobiles of the survivors? Bureau Report, Prudent Media.
Crucial cabinet meet on Wednesday decided to give grants to English medium schools. But three ministers including Babu Asgaonkar, Sudhin Daulikar and Nilkant Halankar were not in favor of the cabinet decision. Constitutional experts opine that if ministers disagree with the cabinet decision, then they should resign. But none of these ministers are ready to sacrifice their post.
Babu, Nilkant and Sudhin opposed the decision, but sources in the Congress cabinet informed that they did not even utter a single word opposing the cabinet decision to give grants to English medium primary schools. Transport Minister Sudhin Daulikar is of the opinion that there is no need to resign from the cabinet. He says he is against the decision of cabinet. His view is, I will not resign. I feel resigning will not solve the problem. I am against the decision. MGP is not supporting. Nilkant Halankar, speaking to Prudent Media Thursday morning, said that he is against the decision of cabinet, but he will not resign. I will not resign. Party High Command should decide on resignation. I am against the decision, but majority of ministers were in support. Sports Minister Babu Asgaonkar, speaking to Prudent Media, said that he opposes the decision of Goa government only because it will destroy our identity and culture. He said that there is no need to give resignation from the cabinet as Congress High Command has cleared the decision.
हेचेर रेजिग्नेशन दिवपाचो प्रश्न येना. रेजिग्नेशन कसो दिवपाचो प्रश्न येता. आमी हांगा फ्रीडम दिल्ल्या हर एक पेरंट्साक, हर एक आवयक बापायक. समज तो भुरग्याक फाल्यां मराठी शिकयता, तेणें मराठी शिकयचें. फाल्यां त्या पालकाक दिसलें की आपल्याक मराठीन इंग्लीश शिकयचो.
Leader of opposition Manohar Parrikar said that the decision of Goa government to give grants to English medium is extremely damaging to the overall scenario of the state. So they will move no confidence motion against the government if requires.
Definitely ask government to go for a vote on this in the house. There are Congress people who does not want this also. So when the government comes again on this issue, if government does not come with the voting, we will definitely move on no confidence motion on this issue on the government. Legislature santa hoga. Legislature, we will move on no confidence against the government on this issue.
All three ministers from Digambar Kamat's cabinet are opposing the decision to give grants to English medium school, but nobody is ready to resign from the cabinet. Still, everybody feels the decision will destroy culture of Goa. With our reporter Basuri Desai, our reporter from Pedne Vinod Mehtar and video journalist Anil Sanadi.
The cabinet proposal that came before the Council of Ministers on Wednesday while passing grants to English medium schools had only one clause in the favor of local languages. The clause mentioned that no more permission will be given to English primary schools in the state. But government thrashed final nail in the coffin of regional languages by outrightly rejecting the clause. What compelled government to take such one-sided and extreme decision? Here's a special report. This is the cabinet note which approved grants to English medium primary schools and permission to start English medium in aided and government primary schools. But have a look at this. This is the proposal that went before the cabinet. Clause D of the proposal mentions the following point. Further, no permission shall be granted to open new English medium primary schools in the state under any circumstances. This was the only clause that could have assured some safety to the regional languages in future. But what did the cabinet do? Have a look at this. The divided cabinet as we know it struck the clause down, and this is what was amended in the proposal. Government should allow English medium in all primary schools depending on parents' wish. Surprisingly, as per the sources, 3 ministers who openly opposed the move did not utter a single word of protest during the cabinet meeting. But what compelled government to take such one-sided and extreme decision? Sources say, why government did it? Pressure from Salsette lobby? Equation of votes in the favor of English? Society's urge to teach children in English? Failure of pro-regional language lobby to create a pressure group within the government? Churchill assured Congress majority in the next election, and Congress too believed that there will be no severe backlash if the decision is ruled in the favor of English. The pro-English leaders also convinced the government that the loss will be much more if parents are declined the choice of English. In short, inability of regional language promoters to garner vote threatening support also pushed government on the other side of the fence. With bureau inputs, our senior reporter from Panji, Rakesh Kandulkar, with video journalist Sunny Narvikar. It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.